Hi guys, Victoria here. I am back from my 4-week-long trip on the other side of the world, and I'm bringing you an update on my low buy year from June 2022. So this is gonna be a summary of my spendings in the different categories in which I am having a no buy / low buy. I'm gonna go through all the 8 categories that I have set for myself in this challenge for the whole year of 2022. You can watch the previous videos. There is a whole playlist that I am going to link up here for you to go through. Maybe before you watch this video, it makes sense to watch the previous videos, or at least the first video with the rules and the reasons why I'm doing this challenge. I am going to talk about the 8 categories of my challenge now. The currency that we are talking about in this video is euros, since I live in Austria where we use this currency, so that's just for you to understand. The first category that we're always talking about is groceries. My grocery budget is normally 200 euros per month. However, this month, since I was traveling, I was shifting around a little bit some of the budget categories, and I only budgeted 100 euros for groceries and a little bit more for eating out. So out of the 100 that I budgeted, I actually went over budget a little bit. I have spent 114 euros all together in the month of June for grocery items, and overall in the year of 2022 so far I have spent 1,070 euros out of the budget of 1,100 that I so far have put in this category, which means that I am 30 euros still below budget overall. And from the next months on we will continue similarly. Probably for the next month of July, since I'm going to be away for another 2 weeks again, the budget is gonna stay 100 euros for July, and then from August onwards we will go back to 200. There is one group in this category that I always mention separately, which is alcohol. Alcohol is included in the grocery budget, and this month I have not spent any money on alcohol, at least not for myself, or at least not from the grocery budget. Then the second category that we always talk about is the category of gifts, in which I have a budget of 30 euros per month, and so far I have been keeping my spending very low. However, in the month of June I have spent a lot from my budget, so I have spent overall 111 euros and 51 cents in this category, which is over almost 4 times the monthly budget. But since I have been doing so well in the past months, I am still below budget overall. If we consider the whole year, I have spent 166 euros out of 180 which has been budgeted in this year. Why have I spent so much this month suddenly on gifts? Well, first of all, I have a friend who has birthday, so for him I purchased the birthday gift. Then as I was traveling, I was buying some souvenirs. First of all, to the place where I was traveling, I was meeting with some colleagues and ex-colleagues who are now my friends, so I bought a couple of things in Austria that I brought to them, because they are not from the region, not from Europe even. So for them, you know, having something from Austria as a small present, I consider that as a nice gesture. And since I was already on the other side of the world, I also purchased some souvenirs and gifts for my friends and family coming home. So this is why my budgeted amount of 30 euros was way overspent. However, as I mentioned, overall I was keeping this category very low so far, so we are still within budget when we consider the whole year, so all is fine. Then clothing and accessories is my third category. In this category I have a no buy, which means this year I'm not allowed to purchase anything except for 2 things that I got in the months of January and February respectively. So there were 2 things that I needed before I started this challenge, which I already purchased in the beginning of the year, and since then I am not allowed to spend money in this category. So in this month I also didn't spend any money, and actually I was traveling for 4 weeks and I was traveling in a warm tropical weather environment, so I was only taking clothes appropriate for that. Of course, because of air conditioning you always need layering pieces, but anyway I ended up regretting taking so many things with me. So I still realize, even after keeping a very strict budget with purchasing clothing items, and actually already in the past years really not spending much on clothing and only buying things that I really do need, I still ended up thinking that I have way too many clothes. So I definitely could have done maybe with 2/3 of the clothing that I brought with me on my trip, especially considering that of course I could do laundry for a cheap price and it was available. Of course, if laundry would have not been available, then it would have been a bit more complicated, and then I would have needed probably all the clothes that I took, but this way I really didn't. So I currently really don't find the need to buy anything. A few things I wish to maybe replace in the future, because you know they are damaged by now. I have been using them for long years. Some items, you know, either the sewing is not holding anymore, or you know, with the underarm there are like patches, or the material gets thin, stuff like that. So there are a few things definitely that I am considering to declutter, and I will just have to think about whether or not I want to replace them or I can live without such items. But this is something for the future, something for 2023 to think about. So for now we're just gonna stick to the no buy. Then the fourth category, which I have to mention, is the skincare and hygiene category. This is one of the two categories where I have not been doing well already in the past 2 months, because I have been continuously overspending and I have been accumulating negative balance in this budget category. And in this month it also didn't go well. I also went over budget. The reason for that is because as I was traveling, I was transferring through Incheon airport in Seoul, Korea. And I used to be very interested in Korean cosmetics, and I have been using Korean cosmetics in the past, and there were a few things that I really liked back then. But since I'm more environmentally conscious, and also since I am more conscious of what I'm spending my money on, I stopped purchasing Korean cosmetics because, well, you know, getting things shipped from the other side of the world, especially cosmetics which, you know, you don't use them for so long. They are not things that, you know, you buy it once and then you have it for years. You just use them up. So it's not very sustainable. So I stopped doing that. But since I was there in Korea, I was thinking of this one brand that I really liked, and 2 of their products which come in a package normally. So I was looking it up. Actually, it is available now also in Europe to purchase, so you don't have to get it shipped from Korea, but obviously it has come from Korea, and then it's just stored somewhere in Europe, and then you can buy it from there for a much higher price. So the 2 products that I wanted to purchase would have cost 100 euros if I wanted to order it from an Austrian company. And in Korea, at the airport, I could purchase the same product with an extra 2 travel sized from the same product, plus 2 gifts that I received from the cashier. I purchased them for around 61 euros, so I consider this is a good deal, and these are 2 products that really made a difference with my skin. I used them before, and yeah, this was something important for me, and a purchase that I don't regret. So yeah, I have spent a little bit on that, and I also had to purchase an after sun aloe gel for my skin because I got a sunburn unfortunately as I was traveling, and I took with me another aloe gel, but I already finished it. It actually even broke on the way, so like I lost half of it because it just got smashed all over, and then I used it up, and then I had to buy a new package. So that was another around 10 euros. So overall I have spent 71 euros and 42 cents in this category, and in the year of 2022, out of the 180 euros which I have put in this virtual budget category in this year, I have spent already 244 euros. So I am 64 euros over, which is more than 2 monthly budget for this category. I am starting to think more and more that it is less and less likely that I will catch up on this, but we'll see how it goes in the next month. Every month I think, okay, next month I really don't need to spend on anything, and currently I am really stacked on everything. But we'll see, you will know next month how it goes. Then the next budget category, the number 5, is books and entertainment. In this category I only put 5 euros per month, and I had a rollover of 50 euros from the last year. So this month I really didn't spend much in this group or in this category. I have been once to the swimming pool in the beginning of the month for 8 euros. As for books this month, I have an Audible subscription, so I don't have to purchase audiobooks. I just use my credit, and I still have 11 credits. I have still 200 books. This month I started one new book, but they are both quite long, so I finished one 17-hour long book, and then I started another one, but I did not need to use up any new credits because I had these books already from before. And as for physical books, this month I didn't finish any physical books, and I also didn't buy any new books, or I didn't even pick up free books because I was just so busy with work and traveling and holidays that I didn't read as much, to be honest. So yeah, in this category my spending so far in the year was 59 euros, and I have put in 30 euros in this category, but as I mentioned, I had rollover from last year, so I finished that one up and I just started to use the budget of this year. Then technology. Well, technology is a no spend for this year. However, I already broke this no spend, as you know, because I had to purchase an epilator, which my epilator has broken in February. And unfortunately, during my travels, I got my phone broken. The main button of my iPhone, the one which reads your fingerprint, does not function anymore, and it's quite annoying. I mean, there is a workaround. I can have an assistant button on the screen, so I'm using that right now, but it definitely makes my everyday life a bit complicated, especially when it comes to certain things like purchases online, where I have to approve my purchase on the phone, and I need the fingerprint for that. So I am considering to actually buy a new phone, and this was so unfortunate because I purchased this phone last year in June, early June, and it was a second-hand buy, but I paid extra actually for a 1-year warranty, so if anything happened to the phone, I could get it repaired. And of course I just ran out of this 1-year warranty when the main button of the phone broke. It was my fault, of course. It got wet, the phone, and that is why the button is not working anymore. And as I was checking on the website of Apple, I was looking at iPhones, and I was looking, but there is an option that you can give your old iPhone back, and then you can, and for that they would discount some money. So if my phone was working perfectly, they would discount maybe 150 euros from a new iPhone, but because the main button doesn't work, they are not gonna give anything for it. So this is a bit this sucks. So I'm still contemplating whether or not I'm gonna buy a new phone or again a second-hand refurbished phone, and which phone do I want to get. When I was traveling, the people I was traveling with, they had iPhone 12 and iPhone 13, and they definitely have a way better camera quality than what I have. I have currently an iPhone SE from the year of 2020, and the reason why I got that one is because, you know, the price was, I mean, it's a stupid iPhone, I would say. So the price was very low compared to most other iPhones from the past years, but the camera quality, of course, is not as good. And another reason why I got this one is the size, because I didn't want anything bigger than this one, which is the size of an iPhone 6, and ever since then all the iPhones are just bigger and they're just too big. I just want to be able to put it in my back pocket, or, you know, just have it in, like, to take up a small space. Also, my hands are small, so I don't want to carry something huge. Anyway, I didn't spend yet, right, any money on it, so far, no spend in the technology category, but I will have to contemplate in the next months if I will buy a new phone. So just one more thing about the phone. If I get a new phone, I can actually have it as a business expense, so at least, because I'm now officially self-employed, so at least, you know, I would be able to write it down as an expense. The next category, the 7th category, is supplies. In this category, if you have been following this series, you know that in this category I have been already over budget in the last few months, and this month I was not supposed to spend any money from this category, but then I was traveling and I found a very cute set of oven mat and, you know, the oven gloves and then the mat combination with some local designs. And since I actually don't have any of these, like I didn't have a glove before, an oven glove or like a heat mat, I was just using my kitchen towel to take things out from my oven or cold hot things. I decided that this is something that I would like to spend money on for myself and to upgrade a little bit my kitchen, but also as a reminder from my travels, because I don't like to buy things abroad that are useless and they just take up space, or, you know, just clutter your space, but I like to get things which you actually use. So this made sense for me, and I'm gonna put it in this category because it's a household supply. And I also got a knife and a plate where I was staying for over 2 weeks, because I was staying in a hotel, and, you know, if I wanted to get some fruits and cut them up or anything else, it was very practical to have a plate and a knife. That is why I spent 9.5 euros on these items this month, and overall I have spent in the year of 2022 166 euros, and I have put in only 120 euros into this budget, which means I'm over with already 2 months in this category with 46 euros, which is more than 2 times the monthly budget. The same applies to this category as for the skincare and hygiene. I don't know if I will be able to catch up on it in the next month. Again, for July, I don't foresee that I would have to buy any household items or kitchen things or cleaning products, but then maybe I will have to, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. You will definitely learn how it is going in the next catch-up. The last category in which I have a no spend now, I have elaborated on the furniture category last month. So basically I am saving money to buy some bookshelves, and I'm putting in 50 euros per month, and I'm hoping by the end of the year or beginning of next year that I can purchase a pair of nice sturdy bookshelves which can actually hold heavy books on it. So from now on, it's definitely gonna be a no spend until I have enough money to buy nice bookshelves. So yeah, that's my catch up for this month. I hope that it was interesting for you to learn about it. Normally at the end of the video I tell you what I spend a bigger chunk of my budget on, and this month it was definitely traveling. Luckily, I am in the very fortunate position that I didn't have to spend any money on flight tickets for my travels in June because it was for work. However, I did have some personal days as well included when I was, booking my own accommodation. I have spent way more money on eating out than in a normal month as I was traveling, of course, and just on experiences. One day we actually flew from one island to another, so I actually had to buy that one flight ticket, and then renting a car there for a day, or spending on entry fees or on little things, or boat trips and snorkeling, and just enjoying some days off while you're traveling. So that is where my biggest chunk of my budget went, outside of the normal everyday life things that you always have to spend on every month, which is like rent and electricity and stuff like that. Alright, anyhow, so this is for the month of June. There are certain categories in which it's not going so well, but we'll see overall at the end of the year how much over budget we are, and then I can adjust for next year my expectations for my budget. It seems after half a year into 2022, it seems that my supply and skincare budget is a bit low that I have set for myself, and I probably have to go up from the next year, the latest, but we'll see how things will even themselves out in the next months, if I can catch up on any of these spendings or not. Regarding my channel, I am not yet fully back. However, as I was traveling, I was definitely recording a lot of things, so I will see if I can put together a few travel vlogs from my travels. However, since from the end of the week, again for 2 weeks, I'm not gonna be around, I'm not sure I will be able to create new content. So bear with me. I will be back hopefully by the end of July, full-time or like as normal, but I cannot promise anything because in August and September again I will have some busy working months coming up, so I'm trying to enjoy my time off, or my low time from work at the moment, and then get back to it at the end of July. I will try to still upload in the next weeks, and I hope that you will stick around. You will come back to my channel after my summer break. And then, let me know what kind of content you would like to see from me the most, which are the things that you prefer, the cooking content, the buying discount groceries, or decluttering. I'm definitely planning on a few decluttering projects from August, September onwards, or more just lifestyle, everyday vlogs, or the travel vlogs. Let me know in the comments down below, and we'll see what we can do to make your wishes come true. Alright, I think I have been talking for too long now, so I'm hoping to see you in my next video. Until then, have a nice day and see you soon. Bye!